Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. My name is Jason Cerulo and I'm hopefully by now your favorite amateur badminton player. And if not, then hopefully after this video. You might have seen it, I've uploaded the video where I give you 5 suggestions for your badminton off-season, and this video is kind of a follow-up to it because here I want to show you 5 exercises you can do when you come back to badminton exercise after you haven't been to training for a while, for example because of vacation. Those exercises are usually not that exhausting and also a little bit slower regarding the movements because I think it's important that you don't go back to full power training immediately to prevent injuries. So those exercises aim more at getting you back into the flow slowly. And as most badminton exercises, you cannot do these 5 exercises alone. So today I'm joined by German champion under 15, Milan Zeisic. Woo! Let's go! Alright folks, that's not one of the exercises, that's warm up, and it's not just important to warm properly up when you come back to badminton practice after a while. It's always important, to prevent injuries and to show good performance on court. So guys, never forget to warm up properly.
That's what she said.
Before you step on court. Let's go! So, I suggest to start only on half court. That means that you essentially only move from back to front or from front to back without many side movements. Doing so is not that exhausting and it is way easier to play long rallies without quick movements, which I think is a good way to get started again, especially because in theory you should not do any deep lunges. I suggest to agree on a pattern. Here we do what we call in German lang lang kurz kurz, which means that you play 2 shots to the back court and 2 shots to the front court. You can do any pattern you like. For example, what we also do sometimes is 2 shots to the back court and 3 shots to the front court, or you can be a bit more flexible and say that one of you has to play alternately to the front and back court, while the other one can do any shot he or she wants. Try to have a good shot quality and try to have a good rhythm, which means that after a shot you go to the middle, slow down a little bit, wait until your body hits the shuttle and then move to reach it. Alright, exercise number 2. One is feeding and one is exercising. The one who is feeding is playing alternately 1 shot to the back court and 1 shot to the front court, while the one who is exercising is playing everything towards the feeder in the middle. As the feeder, play the lifts with as much height as possible and good length so that the one who is exercising does not need to move super fast, but still ideally all the way to the back. The blocks to the front court should go beyond the service line so that the one who is exercising does not need to make any deep lunges. When you're exercising, make sure that you're always behind the shuttle and play the drop shots without much risk to keep the rally going. You can see clearly from this perspective that Milan is not moving super fast, but still is getting the shuttle at a good height. Also, he is not moving all the way to the front and thus does not need to do any deep lunges. Exercise number 3. Really similar to exercise number 2, but instead of feeding with as much height as possible and giving your body enough time to move behind the shuttle, you try now to pressure your body with flatter lifts so that he or she has to hit the shuttle behind the body. Usually that requires you to do deeper lunges, so make sure that you're comfortable doing so. Again, play the shots towards the feeder in the middle without much risk, but this time with higher speed, because in a match situation you should not play this shot slow and close to the net, as that will give your opponent the chance to hit a good net shot. As a feeder, same as in exercise 2, make sure that the shot to the front court goes beyond the service line. From this perspective, you can see that Milan is hitting the shuttles behind his body, which is due to the flatter lifts. I think this exercise is more exhausting and demanding than the other two, so don't overdo it. Keep the intervals short or switch rolls when you feel exhausted. The next exercise is for getting your racket fast and do quick side movements. Like in the previous two exercises, one is feeding while one is exercising. The one who is feeding is standing at the front, playing shots with higher speed to the middle of the court. You can play to the sidelines or towards the body of the one who is exercising. When you exercise, try to have your racket always ready and try to stay low in your movements, because that should make it more easy for you to move sideways quickly. As a feeder, you can also play a shot with a bit more height if you think that your body is moving too much to the front court. Different to the previous two exercises, the feeder has to move as well a bit sideways and is actually exercising his fast racket skills while feeding. Alright, last exercise of this video. Both are exercising at the same time and you are basically just playing against each other without the front court. That means that each shot has to go beyond the service line. The focus is not on winning the rally, but keeping the rally going while moving your opponent around the court. You can play the lifts either with as much height as possible, like in the second exercise, or a bit flatter, like in the third exercise. But the important part here is that you try to play it with a good length. Also, it is totally fine to hit a smash, but only do it if you are in a good position to do so and if the rally is already going for a while. So folks, that's it for this video. Those exercises are not only for when you haven't been to badminton exercise for a while, you can also do them like for your regular training, so to say, but I think it's a good way to get back going and so on. And yeah, hopefully you had fun with it. And as usual,
like and subscribe and see you in the next video. Let's go.